Hey y'all, Serena Starlight Witch here. So, this is something that is not talked about enough, but it needs to be talked about because people need to be aware. If you are going to be on the internet and posting, and it can be posting anything, it can be posting photos on your Facebook, um, but this is especially for people who are content creators, especially for spiritual workers posting their stuff. You have to understand something, and I know it seems unbelievable. I know it seems far-fetched, but there are some very, 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 very psychotic witches out there, magicians, spiritual workers, whatever. And there are these practitioners who are bored, jealous, lonely, have no life. They are looking for test subjects, guinea pigs, to test their magic out on. Or they're just plain psychotic and they don't have anything else to do. There are practitioners out there who have, severe mental illness, and they will cast on you just because they don't like what you're wearing. But there are practitioners out there who will cast on you for no reasons. They will send you evil spirits. They will do hexes. I mean, the list can go on forever, but they can do things that you wouldn't never imagine or believe. Not just hexes and curses, not just the evil eye. I mean, some of them will literally create servitors just to send to you. It is mind-blowing because I don't see how they have the time or the energy. Like, I'm not going to cast on someone if they're irrelevant to me. I'm not going to waste my time and energy on someone who I don't know, who I don't care about, who is insignificant to me. But there are practitioners out there who will. This is why I don't agree with people showing their children on camera, and not just for spiritual reasons, but for mundane reasons as well. I mean, nowadays people could take a photo of your child, a screenshot or whatever, and edit it with AI to make it inappropriate and, sell it on the black web. There are people out there who can screenshot your face and, steal your identity. That's one reason why I don't show my face, because it is very dangerous nowadays. So, I mean, it's not just about the spiritual harm in it. There's mundane harm. There's hackers, there's dark web stuff, there's all kinds of crazy stuff out there. But spiritually, whether you are a practitioner or not, it is very dangerous posting. I don't even use social media anymore. I'm barely on social media, my personal social media. I mean, I barely use it. And I've deleted half of the people, on my personal social media, and I've deleted a lot of my photos, because these crazy psychotic practitioners are everywhere. You know one whether you know it or not. So you gotta be very careful who you add on social media, what pictures you post. You gotta be very careful posting your children, your pets, your family. If you piss off a practitioner, that's how we get you. The first thing we're going to go to is your social media and be like, there's a picture of their family, let me get that. There's a picture of their child, their dog, let me get that. You gotta be very careful what you post. On your personal platforms, but also your platforms where you make content for the public. So you have to be careful. You have to be careful. If you are going to be a practitioner and you're going to be posting on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, whatever, you got to be a little bit paranoid. You have to be. You can't ever stop with your cleansing and protection magic. If you're going to be out there for the world to see, if you got eyes looking at your spiritual work, you're going to have to, you can't stop. You're going to have to do an insane amount of cleansing and protection weekly, daily. You can't just put up a few words and be done with it. You have to understand, if you are going, because a lot of practitioners just, they want to become famous, they want to make a lot of money, they want to advertise their business. Yes, I advertise my business as well. But the newer practitioners, they don't understand the danger and the risk that they are taking. Because there are psycho practitioners out there who will literally screenshot your spell work, print it out, and then hex it. There's craft only has limits to your imagination. So your imagination is your limit. So think about someone who's freaking psychotic. Think about how far they will go and can go. They will freaking take screenshots of decorations of your altar and print it out and hex it. They can literally hijack your tools, your spiritual work. I mean, the list can go on forever. They can screenshot a crystal on your altar, then attach something to it, and then create a one-way portal to you and them. They could spy on you. You couldn't believe it, what they could possibly do. And so you see a lot of baby witches getting on the scene, and some of them go crazy, and I wonder why, You gotta be, in my opinion, you should be very, very, very advanced before you become public, before you decide to start posting. Like, I've been practicing the craft. I'm in my very late 20s. I've been practicing the craft since I was 14, and I'm just now starting to post content, spiritual content, because, for a long time I didn't want to, because it's dangerous. No matter how powerful you are, no matter how protected you are, you're taking a risk. People will send things to mess with your psyche, to send things to mess with your family, your health. There are practitioners out there who can unalive you. And some practitioners will unalive people for $10. So that's one thing. I'm not trying to scare you, of course not. I'm just trying to warn you that if you're going to be posting yourself, especially showing your face, which I doubt I will ever do, because it's just too dangerous, spiritually and mundanely. But if you're going to be showing your face, showing your house, showing your stuff, showing your spells, showing anything, you got to understand you're taking a risk. I mean, you do have to be a little bit paranoid. You have to cleanse, protect. You have to be very careful about what you show. You have to be careful about what information you give. You should never post your spell work until way after it's manifested, like I'm talking about 6 months to a year later. I got a bunch of spells I haven't shown people yet, because I don't want people trying to corrupt it somehow. I wait, you should be very careful about what you tell people, what you show people. And, I could talk about this forever. And, this is why us practitioners don't teach protection. I know a lot of the baby witches are like, witches don't teach us how to do protection. They don't teach us how to do cleansing magic. Like, they tell us to cleanse and protect, but they don't teach us. And that's because we can't. We can only teach you the basics. The information is out there, it's on YouTube, it's on TikTok, it's on the Googles. It's out there. But a practitioner, if we tell you all of our secrets, you can technically destroy us. You're not supposed to tell someone everything. You're not supposed to show them your protections. You're not supposed to tell them how you do everything, how you do all your cleansing and protection magic. That's like giving someone the keys to your house. They could just walk in whenever they want. If you teach someone how you do all your cleansing, they can undo that. If you teach someone how you do all your protections, they can undo that. And then you're basically going to have no locks on your doors, on your windows, and anyone's just going to be able to break in and harm you, basically. So you have to be very careful. That's why, the smart practitioners don't teach you much about cleansing and protection. I want to teach it, but I'm going to have to be careful, obviously. And never give someone your secret sauce. The number one thing that works very well for cleansing you and to protecting you, never tell people what it is. Never give away your secret sauce, your secret recipes. You can show some stuff, you can teach some stuff, but you never want to give away your secrets. You never want to tell people everything. You never want to show everything. You do have to be kind of paranoid. And again, I know it seems unbelievable. Like, why would someone waste their time and energy casting on you? Well, because they're not right in the head. There are practitioners out there who have mental illness. Jeffrey Dahmer witches is what I call them, the Jeffrey Dahmer witches. They exist. They're out there. There are crazy practitioners out there who will, do a lot of self-harm to get a lot of blood for their rituals. There are a lot of practitioners who do animal unalivings. Imagine what they will do to you. And, they can hijack your mind. They can destroy you. I'm not trying to spread fear, but this is something the new witches need to learn. Like, you need to become very advanced. Like, if you decide that you want to be on the internet, you want to post content, you need to wait until you are very, very advanced. Like, you need to wait until you feel like you're invincible. No one will ever be truly invincible. If a practitioner hates you bad enough, they will find a way. That's why you got to learn how to, remove it and banish it and blah, blah, blah. But, just keep practicing your cleansing and protection magic. If you're doing it regularly and you're doing it correctly, honestly, you should have a pretty freaking good life. Bad things won't happen to you. Life happens, but if you're doing it correctly, your life should be very smooth and peaceful. If all of a sudden you get a lot of bad luck, then that tells you something's trickling in, and you need to put up more protection. So you need to wait until you are very powerful before you start posting. And even then, you have to ward your altars. You have to protect your spell work that you post. You have to just be careful what you show, what you post, what you tell people. And that reminds me, I saw a video of a practitioner. Actually, I've seen a few videos of practitioners saying that don't trust a professional who don't show their face. I don't agree with that, because obviously I don't show my face. Showing your face is dangerous. It's dangerous. Literally nowadays, people can screenshot your face and find your address. They can learn. I don't want people knowing everything about me, because people, not all people, but there are people out there who are psychotic. I may walk out my front door one day with a hooligan in my front yard, speaking another satanic language that I don't understand, some crazy stuff like that. There are just some crazy people out there, and once you put your face out there, it's out there. And so I don't agree with that. I don't agree, people saying, other practitioners saying, you shouldn't trust someone who don't show their face. Some of us know better than to show our faces. I think it's wise to protect your identity. And so, when you show your face, there's mundane harm and spiritual harm. Spiritual, once you show your face, there's going to be at least 10 practitioners out in the world who's going to be printing out a photo of your face and working on you. And no matter how powerful you are, it's always a risk. Something can always trickle in, something bad can always happen. And then, like I said, there's a mundane harm. So just because a practitioner don't show their face, don't mean they're untrustworthy, And again, it's not just your safety you have to worry about. You have to worry about the safety of your family, your loved ones, your children, your pets, everything. So yeah, you have to be wise what you show people and what you tell people, and think long and hard before you go showing your face. Yeah. Again, I'm not trying to spread fear. I'm trying to spread awareness, because a new witch who decides to just start posting, who don't know any better, can really get herself hurt. I see it all the time. Baby witches start offering services, and then they just show their face and they're showing all their work. And not only should they not be offering services because they're baby witches, but they're also putting themselves in a lot of danger, spiritually and mundanely. And remember, the more followers you have, the more danger there is.